at Chore, just using ourselves as an example for people, we actually have a pretty good top of the funnel. We do a pretty good job generating leads. We do a pretty bad job closing leads. And that includes me as a salesperson. And outside of me being sick, I'm actually a decent salesperson overall. I've done a lot of sales. I'm not scared of it. I think I tell a decent story sometimes. And truly, I know our stuff well, as most founders do, right? I have a founder superpower. But our close rate isn't great. We probably need double at least the close rate that we have, if not almost 3x. Like at least double would put us more in standard range of what we should be at for other companies in our segment. How do you fix for that? Is it hire someone who spends more time and who's just a great closer? Is it messaging? Is it maybe we have a bad product market fit and we actually have bad leads? We think they're qualified leads, to be clear. How do you make sure your whole funnel is working so you actually close deals, turns into revenue, and builds your business?
Yeah, so if you're starting and you know that your close rate could be better, it's hard to say exactly, but I'll give you a couple of frameworks and maybe give you a couple of ideas or give the audience some ideas as well. But really, the first thing to figure out is why aren't we closing deals? Like, can we pinpoint it to an issue, right? And that could be based on most common objections you're getting. That could be based on data of just like how many people move from one stage to the next, which obviously varies a bit per industry. But you want to really just like actually just analyze the whole funnel and all the stats and all the reasons deals aren't going through. Talk to your sales reps and really try to figure out like what is the reason, because it could be a lot of reasons, right? But until you know what's blocking deals in sales, like if people have a problem and your product solves it at a fair price, in theory, like everyone should just be moving forward to becoming a deal, right? But the way I think about it is just there's things that are stopping them from becoming a deal. So it's usually less about like what do we need to start doing and more like what's getting in the way. Like, because if they are truly qualified leads, then something's getting in the way of them becoming a deal.
What if they don't tell you, right? I had a company who I thought they were good to go. I think I put a 75% chance of them closing after I got. We set up a call to do a follow-up a week later, just to check in and hopefully move forward. They wrote me back same day, like, hey, we're canceling the call. We're not going to move forward. I said, hey, look, can you give me some feedback on why? Like, what could we have done differently? Like, I would just want to learn. Silence from them there. So I don't know why they didn't close. I can speculate, once again, probably like they didn't think there was enough value for the cost. Like, who knows? But like, I don't have the data. I don't know why they didn't close in the end.
Yeah, and that's a bummer. And sometimes people always will just let you down in sales. There's always times, no matter how good you are at sales, there's always going to be sometimes where you kind of did everything right, and then someone will just ghost you like that, right? But I would say you want to at least work with whatever data you do have, because if you did actually take the excruciating process of auditing every deal for the past year, huddling with your sales team if you have sales reps, there would be enough deals in there where you did have an answer. You could kind of at least start to work with that and get a clear picture. But I think the most important thing is actually knowing the objection. So if I feel like a deal is going to go through and I don't know what the possible objection could be, I'm usually pretty worried, pretty skeptical. So it's kind of like, I imagine like sales is actually just being a detective. From the very beginning of the first call, even before the call, I'm thinking like, what could the possible objection be? So I find that most people aren't really asking enough questions to uncover the objection. I used to make this mistake all the time. I would usually be like afraid to ask those hard questions about objections because I just didn't want to hear like the objection, right? But really, you want to invite the objection. You want them to actually, you want to like ask questions that really unearth what could get in the way of a deal closing, right? So for example, like asking them about like timing, right? Hey, like, is this something you guys want to do now, or something you guys might want to do in a few months? Or what if anything would cause this to be delayed till next quarter? Or what else would take priority over this, right? Just like those, we can go through more, but there's like those types of questions where you're almost trying to like get them to tell you what could get in the way, because there's usually always something looming. So I think that's a definitely good starting point, is just try to ask a lot of those objection prevention questions early in the discovery. I mean, really the sale is won in discovery, in my opinion.